No, I just think there is a form of decency to talk at people, and when people start shouting at me for things that are completely out of my control, I think that's just when you lose decency as a person, and you lose also credibility, in my opinion, as a coach. We all get emotional. We all know what the pressure is on a game, but shouting to me for the fact that it was a concussion, they were in possession, we didn't give possession back. I think that's a bit mad to start shouting about. And like, if that's bothering you for 30 minutes, then I'm afraid you're focusing on the wrong thing. And I think, again, I was the one that was actually ironically shouting at the fourth official that it was their ball. I was not even claiming that it was our ball. So, yeah, again, like, I think if you just lose decency, you start shouting like a dog, that doesn't take well, to be honest. It was just a form of emotional stability that we all need in this league, I think.
Yeah, it seemed like a tough match overall, a tough battle. Obviously, it results in the 2-2 draw, but obviously you had the early injury too with Kale. I was wondering if you could give an update on Kale and then just kind of thoughts on the match in general.
Yeah, I think Kale will be probably end of season. I think she pulled a Remy, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it's fair to say we have to rule her out. Sorry for next week. Just thoughts on the game. I think probably a fair result. 2-2. I think first half was completely theirs, especially those first opening 20 minutes. I think we stabilized. We brought everything to stability in the second half. I think we created way more in the second half. I was just looking at, was it 16 versus 15 shots? So it was not that we didn't have shot on goal or we didn't have opportunities. But I just feel like if you get up from 2-0 in the way that we did it, and again, we don't deserve to win, but then you are not allowed to give it away that way, especially not in this league. We all know what this league means. We all know how competitive this league is. So we should not be giving it away the way we did it, to be honest.
And then first NWSL brace for Mina. She's now your guys' leading goal scorer for the team on the season. What has she meant for this team this season? And I guess just going forward, how big a part is she of your guys' plans?
Yeah, no, it's huge. I think in August we announced her renewal of the contract. I think it's one of our key players, one of the pillars that we want to work on, and she shows up, doesn't she? She again today she was not at her best, but she makes difference with two goals, which is huge. Taking the PK 1-0 and actually converting it the way she did it, quite calm, composed, puts it away. I think that's just big to us, and I think Mina has been leading the way by behavior as an example. And I think that's just what we have to be cheering on for Mina. And she's humble, she's really calm, she's stable. So I think that's the most important part after these games. Yes, she knows she made two goals, but she was the most disappointed about not walking away with a win. So I think that's a good behavior.
Yeah, that's a great transition to my last question because I just asked Paige what success looks like over these last few weeks of the season for you guys, and she said the fact that you're disappointed with the 2-2 draw on the road is improvement. That is progress. And I know you've shared a similar sentiment in the past about the changing attitude and expectations for the team. Would you kind of share Paige's feelings that, feeling being disappointed in this result is a sign of progress?
Yeah, I think it's what I told to the players as well. We were the most beatable team in the league, and I think we're becoming a team that everyone wants to beat. And I think that's because of social media, because of the streak, because of everything that's happening around the team. And I think how do we handle with these moments? How do we handle with a 2-0 lead that's just completely different? The scenario is unknown to us. I think we've been leading games now for 5 games or 4 games, I think. I don't know. But I think that's just huge to us. That's all new, and we have to learn how we conduct, how we behave in these situations. And again, how we give it away the second goal mostly. I think first goal, human mistake, you lose your marker, you get scored on. Second goal is more of completely in our hands, in my opinion. We could have definitely avoided that one. So I think, yeah, it's just again, you go from beatable to the wanting to beat team. And I think San Diego is coming to our place next week with the same feeling. They need a win, but they do know for a fact that we're not an easy team to play against. So I think that's just the progress we made throughout the year, and that's also how I want to end this year, remain competitive, no matter what. Looking at playoffs, it doesn't really matter to us, but it's making sure that we're competitive until the very last game.